Okay, the 26 steps to become an Orthodox Jew. Number 16, and the number 16 has to do with a Jew in the world um, at large, meaning in societies, a secular society around him. Um, we know that the Jew, in general, has a tendency to disconnect himself from society on some level, and sometimes hide himself in a shtetl, um, which is the Yiddish word for a little town. And the idea is, yes, Jews need to live together. They need to live in a community because together we have to work as a team, and Jews work together as a team. However, we have to be careful not to disconnect ourselves completely from society, because that's not what Jews have to do. That's not the mission. The mission of a Jew is to be a light into the nation and actually to go into the world and have an impact on the world through its behavior, and even to the point to have the responsibility to teach the 7 laws, the Noahide laws, to the non-Jews, and answer the questions that they have about God, the Torah, and what's the mission of a non-Jew, and what's the mission of a Jew, and then so we have to try to look and understand what one's mission is. And the mission of a Jew is to go in the world and have an impact on the world, because that's really what we're here for. Now, what's happening is that sometimes we're too involved in the world, in the secular world, and we get affected negatively by it, and then we bring in our home. Take the example of TV or whatever, and then we get affected by things that are sometimes doesn't fit to Judaism or Jewish philosophy, Jewish way of life. So we have to be careful. We have to find the right balance and use filter if necessary, so to speak. Now, another area that is the most important, which is really the key to what I wanted to address, is that Halacha, Halacha means to walk, learning to walk with God, to live with God, applies in every areas, in business, in medicine, in government, politics, in whatever you can think of, every area of life, literally every area of life is connected to Judaism, and Judaism has a say on it. There is not one area of life that is not discussed or cannot be discussed or viewed through the eyes of the Torah, Judaism. The Torah is a divine book. God knows every possible combination of every possible situation that can happen in the world. And therefore we have to use the Torah to make the right choices. What happens is that sometimes we forget, we just learn Torah and we learn about God and loving God, and we forget that we let God home or at the study hall, and we don't bring it in our everyday life. There's no such a thing. A Jew is learning Torah all day and applying Torah in every situation. When you go to business, when you go to work, everything is Torah. The way you're going to speak to people, the way you're going to make a transaction with honesty, with integrity, the way you're going to form relationship with tznius, with respect, with everything is, in a way you should look at your day and say, okay, I went to the bathroom, then I went to work, then I went for dinner, and then I went to to therapy, then I went to the gym, and then I came home. And then you have to look, everything that happened in a day, every interaction, was that according to Torah? When I said hello, when I said goodbye, when I went to the gym, when I worked out, did I work out too long, not long enough, did I make a transaction, was it honest, and you calculate that everything goes according to Torah. That's really the way to learn to live as a Jew, someone who lives to Halacha. Everywhere you go, God goes with you. If God was with you at that moment, would you act exactly the same? And that's how Jewish law works. That's why we have to study Jewish law all the time, even more important than nice stuff, because Jewish law teach you how to behave and how to act properly and how to stay connected to God in every possible situation. You have to think every action is God with me in what I'm doing, and that's the way to be successful. So make sure that you always learn or discuss with your rabbi, or find in books the right way to do things in business, in work, in health, in every area of your life, and then you'll be really a Halacha Jew, a living Jew, or a Jew who walks with God all the time. Um, and yeah, that's part of being a real